So the next thing I wanted to briefly talk about is mod recipes. And yes, at least Hellmod, probably Factory Planner, and I assume Active Craft Time, which Pep's kind of just confirmed. I assume Active Craft Time also can do something on the any of these modded items that take inputs. Probably not, because they're so I don't have a mod loaded that that uses items that would actually be kind of made in a factory here. But it does seem to handle um, the crafting of modded items as well. And Hellmod definitely does. I've used Hellmod in Bob's Mods, and I was using Hellmod with the Factorio Production Scrap series. It didn't handle. Yeah, and you're right. The beacon configuration showed the modded modules, and even the rest of it. Like when you pick the recipe, like if I start a new thing here and I pick the recipe for it, I can pick all of these items. I mean, there's no ingredients for these items. But that's the advantage of using the mods in the game, is that they have the capacity to pull the recipes from what's loaded in the game. The Kirk McDonald tool, Kirk McDonald actually has to download or extract the recipes from, say, Bob's Mods, like he had for 16.51. It has to extract the recipes from the Bob's Mods module files and import them into his database in order to handle those recipes. So it's a lot more work for a website vendor or a website developer to include a recipe for something in Bob's Mods or something in Angels or something in Pyanodons than it is for a in-game mod to do it, because they can just pull what's loaded into the game and import it. So I'm not going to actually load up any modded game and show any modded recipes, just because showing one doesn't really add anything to this tutorial, and this tutorial is kind of more focused on what you can do with vanilla. So the other thing I wanted to talk about, though, is there are, in some of those mods packs, like Angels and Bob's and Pyanodons, there are feedback loop based recipes where the output produces some amount of stuff that then is one of those products, like in Angels refining, or where you crush the ores. It produces like 3 different kinds of crushed pieces, and then you crush another piece crush one piece into the other 2 pieces, and then you can keep crushing and breaking down and like that kind of circular or feedback loop. Mods like Hellmod handle pretty okay. It sometimes takes a little massaging. Sometimes you need to use the matrix solver to accomplish it. I suspect that Factory Planner would have a hard time, but you can always use something like Active Craft Time, as long as you're cognizant of those components in is what needs to be returned back to the input for it to handle the next factory in the line. So playing with mods, you definitely have to think a little bit more, and you definitely have to do a little more planning. And even, when you're building a spreadsheet like this, you should be able to do it, but some of those feedback loop recipes, you're going to be stuck into something similar to the way this oil is working in order to come up with some sort of an answer that is satisfactory. So be careful with the mods. Don't just jump right in and assume that the tools, even the in-game mods like Hell Mod or Active Craft Time or Factory Planner, are going to accomplish it for you. Check their numbers and go on from there. I don't think, because I'd have to load a mod and look at what the recipe takes, but it should still be the same kind of thing as we're doing either here or doing here with the oil. Is you're just typing in what's being produced, or how it's produced, what it takes to bring it in for any modded item, and then you just carry it down like we did here into the component items, and to give you the total inputs needed. So I don't think doing an example of a mod recipe is really that beneficial. It's just a matter of kind of taking the time and thinking about it as you're building it.